Well, g'day again, folks. Okay, a little more progress on the Beetle trailer. Just wasn't planning to make another video just yet, but yeah, just a couple of things I want to show. So yeah, we're getting this floor bolted in temporarily. We've got to get all the holes done and all prepared before I go painting it. So it's all going to be painted inside and out before the floor goes in finally, and painted on the underside before the floor goes in. Yeah, this side won't happen until after the floor goes in. I will be sealing the timber like around the edge and reshape far out before I put it back in. And yeah, I thought I might have had some wood prime, but I don't. I'm not going to buy any, it's too expensive. Paint is unbelievable at the moment. You go into my mess shed, it's my storage area, and yeah, it's just wall-to-wall mess. I really need to get in here and clean this out, but yeah. It's the case of you shut the door and you can't see in here, and then you forget about it, don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, I thought I might have had some wood primer, but it doesn't appear as though I have. So the next best thing is this is a tile sealer or floor sealer, you know, a waterproofing agent before you put tiles down, and it's pretty much the same as Bondcrete. And yeah, you can take the lid off. It's been on there for a while. There we go. And you look at that, and you smell it, and you know what it is? It's wood glue. That's all it is. That's all Bondcrete is, and that's what this sealant is. So you know about that there for years and years since I tiled the floor. Probably a decade easy. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to seal the edge of the timber with. This thing here, this is probably exactly the same thing. Appears to be a little more clear, although looking for a bottle. Take the lid off now, but yeah. So Bondcrete is basically wood glue, but it comes in a bigger bottle for around the same price. So you know, it's much better value than buying wood glue. So, but yeah, that's yeah, great for sealing timber to use as a primer. Works really well, and it's cheap. So yeah. Anyway, back to the job. I said I get all this prepared, and so even the holes, I want primer down inside the holes. Even though I mean some of it will come off when you screw the screw in, but although the primer, I use the red oxide. That's pretty tough, but it just every little bit helps it to not rust again. You know? So yeah, as I said, once I get it all primed, once it goes in for the final time, I said I'll tape up the underside and I'll put some sort of glue in here. Said I'd like to do epoxy resin, because that's the best timber bond I know of. But yeah, if not, I might use wood glue just yet. So see how we go. Right, the main purpose, I was concerned about, because this is not very thick. This is only like 1.5 mil thick. This is actually the edge of this sort of stuff. You call it purlings, or no, I think they're the purlings that go around the side. But anyway, it's shed frame. It's leftover shed frame, and they said it's not that great. It's not that thick, and I was concerned about countersinking the holes into it with a drill, whether it'd actually be strong enough. But yeah, I sort of looked at the job, and how much strength does it need? Like it's sitting it's sitting on top of the frame. Yeah, all the pressure is pushing down on it. It'd be a different story if there was a lot of weight pushing against it, pushing it away from the steel. That would be a different matter, but yeah, it's plenty strong enough. So that's what I'm going to do. The other thing I'm going to do too, I'll probably do it with the trailer. I'm going to buy some like 2-inch self-adhesive rubber strip, you know, something that's only about a fairly hard rubber. It's about 3mm thick, and yeah, I'm going to cover the entire top of the frame. It just stops it getting all scratched up, you know, because every time you scratch it, it's going to go rusty. So, yeah, and the idea of this trailer is to have, you know, several different tops that are bolted into it. Like there'll be this one. I'm making a box trailer, yeah, or a box to sit on there. I'm also going to get some tracks, and so I can convert it to a 3-bike trailer. Yeah, it's also usable for boats. It's usable for, you know, just sitting lengths of timber or whatever straight on top, or sheets. So it's going to have multiple uses. So there'll be, you know, constantly interchanging the tops. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Rather than, you know, putting something on each individual thing, it's better to just put it on the trailer. So yeah, I'll get some self-adhesive rubber and just stick it on top of the trailer. And yeah, just because, so it'll only have like 4 bolts in each corner. So it will sort of move, vibrate that little bit, and as I said, that'll cause, you know, cause it to rub the paint off and rust. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I wanted to show you too. Yeah, I've got a countersinking bit, but it's sort of pretty blunt. I don't know how old it is, but it wasn't really doing anything much. It's possibly not even meant for steel. It's probably a timber bit, but I said I've had this for as long as I can remember. It was probably Dad's, and I borrowed it, never returned, 20, 30 years ago or something. So who knows how old it is. But anyway, what I did manage to do is I put the drill on the vise, and I spun it backwards and put a stain on it with a little bit of cutting oil, WD, and yeah, that seemed to have sharpened it up enough so it was cutting. What I was using before was this is like a 3/8 drill bit, and yeah, I managed to do 2 of them okay, and then one I went right through. Messed it up, and like you're only a second between getting it deep enough for your screw and going right through it with a regular drill bit. It's real sort of, yeah, a bit too whiffy. So as I said, I went with the countersunk bit. But I'll just show you a little tip. This is the same with timber or anything that you're countersinking. And yeah, there's a way to, instead of putting the screw all the way in to see if it's flush, you tip it upside down, and if the whole outer part of the head, we'll zoom in on this. Right, so the outer, if it fits inside the hole, you can see the outside of the cut. So that's probably a little deeper than it actually needs to be, but yeah, that's just a quick way to test it, to see if you got it deeper. It's a whole lot quicker and easier than pushing it all the way in and having to push it all the way out again. Yeah, as you can see, I'm actually a little bit more than was necessary, but yeah, that'll be fine. The other thing I've had to do, you'll notice several of these holes, and I've drilled them out. Some of these holes were already in it, and I've just reused them because they are pretty close to being where I wanted. But what I found was when I put the screw in, it's so close to the wall, because this whole thing tapers in like quite severely on the other side, and one, it's too close to the timber to actually hold it properly, and secondly is it's so close to the wall of the steel you can't get the nut on there. Yeah, so I've had to re-drill some of them, and yeah, because they've been drilled right through the timber as well. I don't want to just plug that with putty or anything. So once I get the timber off, I'm going to go along and weld them back up again and clean them up with the grinder. But yeah, that's what all the scribble is all over them. I'm making sure that I don't go welding up the wrong holes. So I know which holes I got to weld up. So yeah, and yeah, it's all coming into shape. So this was sort of up fairly high, and it didn't take like a lot of belting. Like you put a screw in where you can, pull it up, and then give it a tap. So and, yeah, I'll have to do the same. Especially down that corner, I can see from here that's going to be a good 1/2 inch too high. So, but yeah, it's all pulling together quite well, quite good. Yeah, the other thing I'm going to have to do while it's upside down this time, so I've got to finish, so I'm going to have to unbolt the guards. I've got to, just for a strength purpose, I've got to continue this rolled edge up to the edge of the panel. You can see, or hopefully you can see, so that's a double. This is the guard, this is the body. So I'm going to have to unbolt that and separate them, and we'll end up welding the two together. But got to do the same here. Take it, like, put something from this rolled edge down on the panel just for strength. Same up there. And yeah, and this, when I tipped it over, especially now with the flooring, it's quite considerably heavier. And I sort of rolled it over on this guard, and it broke. And probably the reason why it broke is because it was welded, and I've cleaned it up and ground it too thin. So yeah, I'm going to have to re-weld that. And yeah, I'm thinking rather than just sort of rolling it over, I might actually winch it. I've got a beam up there, and I've already got a chain hanging on it. So yeah, look, I winched the chain. I think I'll pull it up with the winch, roll it over, and lower it back down rather than rolling it on the guard again. But yeah. All right, leave it at that. Yeah, just wanted to show you a couple of things. I bought these bolts today, but because I only had $10 to spend, I bought 2 packets. I need 35 of them. But the nuts that you get with them, this is just Chinese Zenner shit. And yeah, you couldn't really tighten that up. You just strip it out. So and yeah, as I've mentioned before, I want nylock nuts anyway and washers. So yeah, come payday, I'll go in and buy some some nylock nuts to go on there, and some machine washers, fairly wide ones, 1/2 inch wide or so. And but yeah, won't need them for a few days now, because once I get all this done, I got to paint it up and get it all dry, and at least one day anyway before I put it back in again. So yeah, all right, leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Bye.